All right, all right. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Family Finance Friday with DJ the Money Coach. And this program is brought to you by the DJ the Money Coach team and the Seven Spheres of Money Systems. Thank you for tuning in for another powerful show. And before we get into it, like the video, share, and subscribe to DJ the Money Coach right here on YouTube and help us spread the word and the gospel of the Pom Pom lifestyle, which is plenty of money, peace of mind. And come join us on the beaches of the World Club. And tonight's beach is Final Four, family, friends, finance, and freedom. So without further ado, let's get into it because Final Four is on right now.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's right. What's happening, everybody? It's DJ the Money Coach coming at you. Like you said, let's like, subscribe, and share with 5 live people right now. And if you're in the replay, let's like, subscribe, and share with 5 people right now. So we're gonna get right in it. So everybody's excited because it is the Final Four, one of the biggest, sporting events in the world. And right now it's live with the girls playing. You got LSU playing Virginia Tech right now as we speak. They just tipped off. So we're gonna make this a short, concise, session tonight. And our Final Four, as we said, is about family, friends, finance, and freedom. So first and foremost, your family is the most important thing to you on this physical plane outside of God. So what you should do is invest in your family, relationships, communication, support, encouragement, legacy, plan, and move forward and attack it with a deliberate, intention. Because your family is the most important asset that you have. All right. So if you have husband, wife, daughter, son, nieces, nephew, mother, father, grandparents alive, take the time on this weekend and invest in strengthening those relationships through communication, through support, being present in their lives. That is the most important thing that you can do. And if you are the patriarch of your family, always have a vision, always have a plan, have a focus, have a work strategy to encourage, to put your family on the pathway to another legacy and create a better model of yourself, constantly evolving. That's the best thing that you can do. In this time and age, in a godless society that we reside in, it's no more important for you to invest physically, mentally into your family 100%. And if you're out chasing the dollar bill and you're not putting that time in with your family, you might be missing the boat. So that's the importance of the family because they're going to be with you for the duration of your lives. So you always invest and take care of them and always be a leader in your household as a man. Always be a leader in your household as a woman that's encouraging the man. Because without that proper foundation under God's vertical alignment, you will lose in the long run. So that's the first thing. Family. Part of the Final Four is family. Friends. Is the saying, sometimes a friend is closer to you than a brother. So pick your friends wisely. So when it comes to friends, my rule of thumb is I only hang out with people who are further ahead than I am myself, or people who are coming up to be on the same pathway that I am, that I can actually mentor and fellowship with. And I never hang out with people who have less to lose than I have if it comes to risk and, friendships that are not really beneficial to you, which are more like associations. So these friendships should be based on principles of character, principles of devotion to God, principles to doing something concrete and valuable to society. This is what you should do when it comes to attracting your friends. They should abide by certain principles. They should have certain, characteristics in terms of strong character, dignity, fortitude, support, encouragement. They should be somebody who's always uplifting, somebody who's always, friendly towards you, and somebody who always can put a smile on your face. And when you are having struggles, they should be somebody to give you a lending ear to, hear, what your challenges are and be supportive through the process. And you shouldn't aspire to have a lot of friends. You should aspire to have a few good ones that all adhere to the same morals, ethics, and principles that you espouse to incorporate in your life. And instead of speaking about it, you should be about it. And you should never take those type of friends for granted, because they should have some characteristics like loyalty, unity. They should be a resource center for you in your life, as you should be with them. They should be a glass filler, not a glass emptier. They should be people who have positive frames of mind. They should always be a person that's not afraid of hard work. They should always be a person that's not victim oriented. Because we see in today's society is everybody wants to play the victim role, or everybody wants to have a special classification so they can get ahead without earning the things that are meant to be have in this society today. So what I would encourage you to do from a friend perspective, you should, number one, follow people who are further ahead than you are, spiritually ahead than you are, in leadership ahead than you are. They can lift you up. Like they say, a rising tide raises all ships. So if you have people that are in your inner circle and they are not adding value to your life, then you should eliminate them from your life. And at the same time, if you have somebody in your inner circle that's always there for you, never ask you for anything, you should never take them for granted. You should be grateful. You should thank them. You should encourage them and be blessed that you have found a true friend. And you should know the difference between associates, peers, and friends. So these are the most important, staples of life. So family first for the final four, and then friends second. You should choose your friends wisely, and they should be somebody, again, who's always espousing to get better. Nobody's perfect, but that should be a person or persons who have common themes that you have, where you can collectively come together and be more powerful, as a unit versus as an individual. So we always subscribe to the fact that, hey, number one, I want to have a friend that's a spiritual leader in my circle. I want to have a friend that's a leadership leader in my circle. I want to have a friend that's a business leader in my circle. And typically, those people should be about 2 to 5 years down the road further than where you are, so that they can lift you up, and then you can reach out and lift up somebody else. And you should be slow to make friends and quick to eliminate peers and associates in today's economy, because a lot of times people are always wanting and taking versus giving and investing. So the true characteristic of a great friend will be somebody who's always investing in you. Somebody's always encouraging you. Somebody's always looking out for your best interest. And most importantly, somebody that always, keeps their mouth shut and they don't be talking and gossiping. They keep your business out of the streets. So if you find yourself in today's society where everybody's, have a drunkenness on vanity and attention, then that might not be a good friend for you to be hanging around, because 9 out of 10 times they're going to put your business out in the streets, or you're going to be hanging around with them and find yourself in bad situations, which are going to put you on the wrong pathway, or even may put you in a situation to jeopardize your livelihood. And I'm talking to the younger crowd right now. You have to have a word called discernment. And last but not least, when it comes to friends, guess what? Again, I'm never going to hang around with somebody or do something that has less to risk and less to lose than I do. So you should think about that. A real friend is always going to be supportive, encouraging. They're going to be ambitious. They're going to be driven. They're going to have a game plan. And they're going to be constantly trying to get better as being a person spiritually. They're going to always try to get better from a learned perspective. And they're going to also try to get better as it pertains to increasing their value, in society, because they'll be adding value to other people. This is the second leg of the final four, our friends. And again, most people who have great success, they have a core of solid friends that may be about 2 or 3, sometimes 3 or 4. I can tell you right now, me personally, I've got about 3 or 4 great friends, and I very rarely have anybody outside of that circle. Don't need much of that. Everything else is a distraction and white noise. Okay? So with that said, you got family, then you have friends, and having discernment on what's the difference between a quality friend or just a peer or an associate. And then that leads up to the third leg, which is what most of you all are chasing, is finances. So on the final four, finances is important because 98% of everything that you do on this planet involves money. Controls you, tells you what you can do, what you can't do, where you can live, how big your family is, how many of your so-called friends will even hang around you. So right now, in today's world, we are in a recession, and it's so important to be a great steward of your finances. What do it mean? It means that you should be very slow to spend your hard-earned money and very quick to invest, save, and eliminate debt. You should be applying the principles of the Pay Yourself First program in everything that you do in today's society. Number 1, emergency fund. Number 2, invest in some type of retirement plan. Number 3, build a business. Number 4, give back to society, albeit church, charity, time. Make sure you use your finances wisely. And if you invest, like the talents, the parable of the talents, you will get a better return down the road, especially in a recessionary market, which we're just at the top part of the recession. We still got a whole lot of bad financial times coming over the next 24 to 36 months. There's going to be massive more corrections in the market, real estate, and business. And if you have not been a great steward of your finances, being somebody who's trying to impress people all the time, it said, a fool and his money should soon part. It's amazing how they got together in the first place. So from a financial standpoint, again, I want you to invest in yourself. Make sure you have 21st century skill sets. Don't be, unwise about the changes in technology and not know about that technology. Or if you have young children who are, let's say, ages 8 to 18, you ought to make sure that they know how to utilize the current technologies that are the future. Artificial intelligence. That should be one of the number one things that you ought to have your children, focused on. Another thing you ought to have them focused on if they want to be great in finances is learning everything to get to know about money. There's no sooner time than the present to teach your child. If they can speak, write, and talk at a 3rd, 4th grade level, then they should be taught about money. And you should have conversations with your children about money once a week. You should invest at least 1 hour a week into your children financially, telling them about what things cost, how it takes for you to provide for them so they can understand that they need to develop a stewardship with money so that they will not ever need and come back like a boomerang. And they should start putting away money for a rainy day. And you should not be in love with money. Because for the love of money, it destroys everything. But you should understand how to honor it and realize that money is only a tool. But your financial stewardship is very important. For the first and foremost standpoint, number one, save, invest, build business, look at real estate. Young children, start putting dividend stocks aside for them. Put away at least 10% to give to God's kingdom for those who are less fortunate. And then you can take calculated risk and only risk money that if nothing turns out the way you want to, it doesn't affect your current living arrangement. Now that's easier said than done sometimes, because you also, in order to get to the next level, you have to take risks. But you have to do the research. You have to do the due diligence. You have to do the vetting process of the people who are providing those services for you, because everything on these platforms here is not what it's, projected, and it's not what it appears to be. Most of these people are just talking heads. They just read a book, watched some other person talking about some, financial, program, and all they're doing is regurgitating the same stuff. So a great thing for you to learn is to read, study. I would tell you one of the greatest books that you can actually look into will be Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Now, that's a great book for you to get started. For your children, Cash Flow for Kids. It'll be great to teach them about basic financial statements. What is a balance sheet? What is an income statement? These are basic things that they should know about. Another great book is The Richest Man in Babylon. These are some of the things that if you start teaching your children right now, and you should teach your children about entrepreneurship, not giving them a fear mindset, but giving them a mindset of conquering and a mindset of dominance, and letting them know that they're not failing, they're actually learning. So there's a statement say, fail forward fast. And if you learn how to put them in the mindset that everything that they're putting in front of them is just a building block, they'll be more prone to be more successful with their finances. And if you teach them how to live a moderate, lifestyle, they will always be resourceful. So again, 98% of the things on this planet are affected by finance, money, capital. But if you teach them at an early age how to be great stewards of their finances, just like if you're a mother and a father who's raising a child, if you invest in them early, it's going to pay you huge dividends, down the road. And if you are right now much older and you have not been successful with finances, I would say the first thing is to find humility and allow yourself to be retrained and reprogrammed so that you can have newfound, success with money. And I would immediately get myself a mentor who has accomplished what you are trying to achieve financially. And most importantly, from a financial standpoint, you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. You cannot escape investing in yourself, reading the right financial books, investing in the right financial people who have proven track records with certifications, with license, These things are imperative for you to have long-term financial success. It is a marathon. It's not, a sprint. So from a financial standpoint right now, you should be living, beneath your means, investing wisely, doing due diligence, vetting the people that you work with, and studying the historical, track record of the past so that you can find the indicators that can show you what a great opportunity is, even though somebody else may not see it. So those are the things that will give you the foundation to have a great financial future. And that's the third leg of the final four. And then the leg that everybody wants is freedom. And what does freedom look like? Freedom is the ability to do what you want, when you want, how you want, with whomever you want, and why you want. But in order to achieve, freedom, you have to have built the construct of having a solid family, having great friends, mastering the stewardship of finances, and then freedom will be right around the corner. And now freedom and finances are Siamese twins. In order to achieve the freedom that you want, you have to have your passive business, real estate income 2x of what your reoccurring expenses are. And that typically would take you about 2 to 5 years to achieve by doing it methodically, a determinate plan, slowly building up, the foundation to create the opportunity to get free. It always never ceased to amaze me when I talk to people on one-on-one consultations. They immediately telling me about this risky stuff that they want to learn about. Because we always want to get rich quick. We always think that freedom is right around the corner. Freedom ain't free. Building a business takes about 2 to 5 years. And a lot of times to build a very successful business, it takes about 5 or 6, failed businesses, the learning curve to find the right one that you can be, great at. And you have to know what the value of your time is. So you have to marry those two together. What's a great investment of my time? And what's a great return on my investment in order to give me the freedom that I desire to have? And I can't put a number or an hour on it, how important freedom is. And don't get discouraged when you have challenges. This is where the 4x4 becomes so important to you. Number one, in order to have long-term freedom, you have to have the ability to be disciplined. Number two, you have to be accountable to a higher, guard, and more importantly, to a proven system, or you have to create a system that you have to be disciplined and accountable to, and then you have to have the ability and the mindset to do the work regardless of the circumstances. The work is the work. And you have to keep the main thing the main thing. Once you take those 4 dirty little words, then you combine them with the 4 P's, which is professionalism. Speak the King's English. Speak the right, jargon of the industry that you're in. If you're in the educational field, talk about educational language. If you're in the financial world, know financial terms. If you're in the, the hair care business, know the terminology. Professionalism. Arrive 15 minutes before the meeting. Dress the part. If you're meeting somebody and they are better off financially than you are, dress as well as you possibly can so there'll be a level of respect transferred to you instead of showing up, semi-casual. Once you apply professionalism, now you have to apply, especially in this day and age, persistence, pursuing the completion of your plan. You're not going to always get the first, second, third, fifth, sixth, 10th, 12th, 20th person you talk to that's going to be interested in what you're trying to sell or what you're trying to educate them on. But don't get discouraged, because it's the persistency of following the plan that gives you the success. See, water over time erodes everything. You have to be like water. And then the third P, you have to have perseverance, intestinal fortitude. You got to be tough to take those hits that you're going to have to take, which is just learning opportunities to get better. And that's actually just eliminating the competition, because it has nothing to do with your talent or your intellect. It's your ability to stay the course and have an expectation that challenges will arise, and you have to have the character to figure out how to deal with them. And understand that God's never going to give you more than what you can handle. And at that point, when perseverance kicks in, you have to have the ability not to complain about your circumstances. That's when you can fall back on friends and mentors and coaches to have them listen to what you're going through, because they've already been through it, so they can reinforce and tell you, hey, you're on the right path. Here's some things that you might want to, look at, improve upon in this direction, and be open to the mentorship, be open to the actual advice. Then the last P is the most important, because you may only get one shot at the title. You have to perform, baby. You have to perform. You have to over prepare like the Boy Scouts, so that you can never be unprepared. So you have to over prepare so you don't ever be underprepared, so you can perform at the highest level. And don't be afraid of pressure, because good pressure makes you better. So when you bring all of this together, you will find your freedom in 2 to 5 years if you stay the course, do the work, have a great plan, work the heck out of your plan, have the right counsel, and stay in a humble state of mind. Freedom is just around the corner. Now, let me tell you this. Freedom, again, ain't free, and freedom ain't easy. So there are going to be some times when you're down, but don't doubt yourself. And don't think you're the only person that's going through it, because all winners have gone through a ton of BS to get to the top of the mountain. And when you get there, all we're going to say is, welcome to the club. You're never going to hear a real winner, a real leader, a real shepherd say, what took you so long? They're only going to say is, hey, welcome to the club. So right now, our final four: family, friends, finance, freedom. They all come together to give you the perfect formula for the ultimate peace of mind. And that peace of mind will come from having the ability to have plenty of money, but you built it the right way, and you were 100% authentically you. Always be a first-rate you and not a second-rate somebody else. Because the only way you can fully love yourself is to be 100% yourself. There's nothing wrong with emulating characteristics of success, but don't imitate. So what you're going to find this weekend in the sports world on the NCAA platform, you're going to have 4 teams on the women's side, 4 teams on the men's side, all coming together. First is family, having friends, and their institutions are going to have a great, reward of finances, and some of the individuals are going to get these name, image, and license opportunities. And then only one team on both sides are going to achieve the ultimate freedom, and that's that national championship. And they're going to go down legendary. So on the men's side, there's 3 teams that are new to the dance. And it don't matter how long it took them to get there. The fact is they never quit. So if you have your vertical alignment proper, God goes without saying. So it's God, family, friends, finance. You put those all together, and the ultimate gift on this planet is freedom. And that involves plenty of money, which gives you peace of mind to be 100% yourself, with whom you want to hang out with, how you want to hang out, and be a blessing to other people. And your final 4 will give you the lifestyle and the dreams that you always dreamt about. And if you don't know how to get these things lined up properly, then just reach out to winners. That's all you have to do. God will bless you with the right people at the right time. There's a saying, when the student is ready, the master will show up. So the family, friends, finance, and freedom is no better way than doing it. The Family Finance Fridays with DJ the Money Coach and the awesome Nick Westbrooks. So that's the final 4 to give you that plenty of money and peace of mind. And we want you to come join us on the Beaches of the World Club and enjoy your freedom. And if you ain't there now, as long as you got your health, everything is possible.
That's right.
That's what it's about. Frame of mind, baby. And be around people who are encouraging at all times, because guess what? Tough times don't last. Tough people do. So we appreciate you coming out tonight. And whomever your team is, make sure the first team, the most important one, is the one with the name on back of your jersey in your house. And everything will turn out right. It always does. Because the most important thing you got is your name above all and the Most High. So I'm DJ the Money Coach. On behalf of the amazing Nick Westbrooks, we want to wish you a pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money and peace of mind. We want you to come join us on the Beaches of the World Club and enjoy the final 4, your family, your friends, your finances, and your freedom is right there at the front door. Go get it. Bene Vidi Vici. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Hey.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is DJ the Money Coach coming to you live in Zanzibar. That's right, baby. We're bringing you paradise. We got 20 investors right here in Zanzibar, and you're next. And all you got to do is hit that link. Come join us in paradise.
I don't deny there's some strange evolutionary process going on, but mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.
Hi, I'm DJ the Money Coach, and we're excited to partner exclusively with the Black Travel Expo. That's right, we're going to bring you paradise in Zanzibar. That's right, we're going to teach you how to build business, buy real estate, and leverage the tax laws, and own a piece of paradise on the island of Zanzibar. The first 20 people will also throw in an exclusive one-on-one consultation how to do it with other people's money and other people's time by building business credit from 0 to 100K in 18 months, interest-free, but you have to hit that link and come join me on the beaches of the World Club with Black Travel Expo. Hit that link. I'll see you in the class.